Hello everybody, my name is Cheng and I'm here to talk to you about Barber the Barber. Why is what is Barber the Barber? It's a machine that you can place over someone's head and in less than 15 minutes it gives them a proper hairstyle, a haircut and or whatever else you wish. It can do a bunch of stuff. It can comb your hair, dry your hair. The options are really endless. It also comes with some things such as shampoo and hair gel, which you need to refill from time to time. The total cost is $399. Alright, so what would Barber look like? I imagine something like this. Futuristically, it looks pretty advanced. And the people, they're sort of just sitting there, chilling, I guess. And so I imagine that they have arms almost. Arms that each one has a different tool, such as a scissors or a shampoo bottle, and you mix them all together on the hair, which can work together to create one experience. So why Barber? Well, Barber is it's really innovative. It's not something that's been done before, and I feel like it's really cost efficient. That's one of the strongest points. Instead of going to a barber frequently, in like every 2 weeks or something, this is a lot better. It's just cheaper, and on top of that, it's less than 15 minutes. Sometimes you go to a barber store and you have to wait in line for like 30 minutes. Well, this is a quicker alternative, and on top of that, it's at your own house. You don't have to drive somewhere and then come back. You just stay at home and it does everything for you, which is a really good thing. And yeah, there's a bunch of things, and people, they always want to try something new. I feel like this is something really cool that they could try. And going back to the idea about how innovative Barber is, it can make headlines. It could really put us down in history as a big company if this all works out properly. It's not something that's been done before, like robotics alone is just a really untapped market. And adding that into something really useful like haircutting, I feel like that'd be helpful to everybody. Okay. So here's a simple equation. Pretty much we're combining machinery and haircutting techniques, and then we're taking that with bad hair, and together, adding that all together, we turn it into good hair plus some money. Now the money isn't just what you think it is, where we get the money. It's also really cost efficient for the customer, so it's sort of a win-win for both sides. What we need to pay attention to, we need to attract the right audience. We can't waste all our money on the wrong target, or else they just won't buy it and we wasted our time. Having good television magazine ad. A lot of people, television and magazines are really entertaining. People won't really look up ads by themselves. And if we mix ads with entertainment, they won't really be annoyed as much by the ads. But not everyone can purchase TV networks or magazines. So we also need a printed ad, which you can put on their doorsteps or something. We also need to manage our ad expenses. We can't spend too much, or else we'll have to sell a lot of copies in order to make a profit. A catchy slogan, recognizable logo, they both mean the same thing pretty much. We want people to remember our product. We want them to care about it and put a face onto what they're buying. Appealing using persuasive techniques. Ethos. Pretty much ethos is just gaining their trust. Since we're a new company, it's going to be kind of difficult, but I feel like through formal use of ads, we can really get their attention. We can't make them overly serious or else we're going to lose interest, but we need to mix casual with entertaining with formal and sleek design. Logos. I feel like the argument I used for why it's cost efficient is really good about how, just going to the barbers so frequently, you're eventually going to go over that $399, and you might as well just buy the machine at that point. And then there's pathos, which is the emotional side. And it's sort of like if we could get customers or actors in our ads and they talk about their experience, like how they feel about it and if they really feel happy. So one example is like you get a good haircut and that boosts your self-esteem and confidence. That would really help turn your life around. And I feel like that could get to some people, like make them think that product is really good. Alright. So more persuasion techniques. There's emotional appeal, which is sort of what I just said. bandwagoning, sort of like getting a bunch of people together in a commercial, and they're all just jumping for joy for our product, because it gets the people thinking, oh, everyone's doing it, I should do it too. Repetition, that can be found in our slogan. Testimonial, it'd be really amazing if we could get a celebrity to talk about our product and what it's done in their life. Humor, adding some jokes, that really gets people to care about our product. It makes them laugh, it makes them want to see it again. So here's the demographics. Obviously, for gender, since it's about hair, men don't care too much about their hair. Some men do, but not too many. So it's mostly a female thing. But, since it's about 50-50 split, it's not entirely 50-50, but it's still really important to target the men audience as well. Ages 15 to 54, because that's pretty much the working age where people are working. And I feel like anything too old or too young, they don't really care about their hair, or they might not care about the technology. And over 28K a year, I feel like that's past that. It's like you get some disposable income which you could use to purchase a product. I don't think this is the most important because it's sort of hard to target one type of socio-economic group, but it's still there. Alright, here's a link to the TV ad, which I'll show you. Pretty much, I think you've seen it already, but it's just gives out information and promotes it. So when I made the TV ad, I had to mix formal with casual. Formal as in the way with clothing and how I was talking. I shouldn't use slang in a commercial. On top of that, casual sort of like, you can't make them feel like tense or serious. It's not supposed to be serious. It's a hair cutting product, so you need to sort of make it feel like that. Fantasy, I would definitely, if it was possible, which with a bigger budget, I would add more people. I would add more people and they talk about their experiences with the Barber. And just better video quality would be nice. So here's the printed ad, the logo, slogan, and information, plus some pictures. Yeah, as you can see, the border is pretty wild. But it gives off a sense of creativity, and not just creativity, but also imagination, which is sort of what I kind of want people to feel about my product. Yeah, on top of that, there's two people, as you could see, and with nice hair, and one was female, one was male. Like I said, I want to target both genders because that's pretty much a big group. Each one is a big group. You can't really ignore one. Fantasy, there's not much I would change. If I had bigger budget, I'd probably just make it look cleaner and maybe use better pictures of people. So here's how everything goes. A year of magazine, 4.8 million, which is, if you didn't, I'll justify this on the next slide, but People Magazine is really popular. And then here's the 3 television networks. Food Network, which is 534,000, excuse me. A year of CNN, 1,780,000. In 18 days of ABC, 2,880,000, which adds up to 9,994,000. Excuse me for reading off this, but in total, it's the budget was 10 million, and this didn't exceed it, which is pretty good. I feel like it targeted everything well. So with People Magazine, so as you know, one magazine and 3 TV networks. So with People Magazine, it's really popular, and I feel like it could reach a lot of people that just read magazines. And we used 1/3 of an ad page, so we can do it much more frequently. That's why we could do it for a year. Food Network, it's not that expensive, so we could do it for a year as well. And it hits our demographics perfectly. A lot of them are female, and a lot of them are the younger age, so like 18 to 24-year-olds, which is exactly what I want. It just hits the mark perfectly. There's CNN, which it's meant to cover everything that Food Network misses. You don't want 2 food networks. You want diversity in who you target. And CNN, most of the viewers are male and more on the older side. ABC I think is the most popular out of these 3 networks. and because of that, it's the most expensive. So I could only do it for 18 days, and pretty much all of these are pretty much peak time. I picked really popular shows, so they would peak in popularity. Logo and slogan. Here it is. Choose beauty, choose brilliance, choose Barbara. And it's meant for simplicity, and so you can like remember it, but it's also to spark emotion. Color scheme for the logo, it's really nice. Red, blue, and white. Not only is it patriotic for Americans, but it's also just a nice color scheme in general. It's a nice mix. It's clean. Logo, it gives a sense of everything. Here's the customer, which is smiling. And then the gears on the side, it represents Barbara, what Barbara does. It's all around your head. And then the plant, that might be a bit hard to take in at first. You might be wondering what it is, but it's supposed to represent hair. It's supposed to represent nature and the growth, really. And the slogan was really catchy. It's memorizable. Like, it's not something that's difficult to remember. So that's really helpful when people want to talk about our product. As you can see, each line is CB, CB, CB. So in conclusion, Barber the Barber is something that's never been done before. It's really special, and we can really turn into something enormous. And yeah, it's untapped market, like I said. It's never been done before, and I feel like this is a perfect opportunity to do it. If we target the right people, if we use the right ads, then enough people will be using it, and the idea will spread like wildfire. This could lead to not only just new robotics, but also new techniques in hair cutting. I feel like this is the future, with everything with like innovation in smartphones and TVs. This could be the next big thing. And I feel like not only would it be beneficial to us, but also benefit the customers, since they would really appreciate something like this. The end. Thanks for listening. Mark Cheng, 9287@yahoo.com is my email. Phone number is 972-922-0343. If you have any questions, just contact me. I'll answer them, honestly. Thank you for everything, and see you later.